At question number 1, I call Stuart McMillan.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government what its position is on the reported decision to award Phase 1 of the small vessel replacement programme to a Polish shipyard.
Deputy First Minister.
While there will be disappointment that Ferguson Marine was not identified as lead bidder, for our islands this is an important milestone in the procurement to build and deliver 7 new small vessels for our ferry network. These new vessels will help improve connectivity and resilience for island residents, businesses and communities, and their electric operation will contribute to the reduced carbon emissions from Scotland's ferry fleet and make ferry travel more sustainable. And if I could just point out, Presiding Officer, in advance of further questions, this is a live procurement process and we are limited in what we can say during the 10-day standstill period. The process is being led by CMAL as the procuring authority.
Thank you. Stuart McMillan.
I thank the Deputy First Minister for that reply, and the Deputy First Minister will clearly be aware of the frustration of many people in my community, including the local workforce of Ferguson Marine and myself, who clearly want answers to vital questions, including where did Ferguson Marine rank out the 5 candidate locations, how was the bid in terms of quality and price in comparison to other yards, and what does the Scottish Government now do to ensure Ferguson Marine has a future? Well, the Deputy First Minister answer these 3 questions now, and if she isn't able to because of the 10-day standstill period, will she commit to publishing this information when that concludes?
Deputy First Minister.
Well, I understand that the member understands that this is a live procurement, so there are limitations on what I can say right now or the level of information that I can share in the process. CMAL are the procurement authority and Scottish ministers did not play any part in the review of the bids. CMAL have started that 10-day standstill period before the contract can be signed. However, we understand from Ferguson Marine's feedback that they scored highly on quality, and as noted in the news release, CMAL used a technical quality weighting of 65% for this contract, with 35% for price. If I can quote directly from the CFO, David Dishon, he said, "We are very proud of our bid, and although we priced it competitively, we were up against extremely tough competition." He said, "We were pleased to see Ferguson Marine's bid rated so highly on quality, and reaching the final round of bidding demonstrates the strength of our proposal and gives us renewed confidence in our ability to produce Clyde-built ships that are world-class." I understand that the member has received some assurances from CMAL directly on the process that was carried out as well.
Stuart McMillan.
Thank the Deputy First Minister again. I've never doubted the abilities of the shop floor workforce, and the fact that they have built vessels with some antiquated equipment highlights their abilities, including building the 3 previous small vessels. And quite frankly, Deputy First Minister, the workforce have been let down by the board and also by the management of the yard. Now, what steps will the Scottish Government now take to ensure that there is a board and a management at the helm who can deliver a yard the workforce deserves? Will the Deputy First Minister agree to meet with Alex Logan, the shop steward, and myself to discuss the future of Ferguson Marine? And can the Deputy First Minister say if there is a prospect of the yard being directly awarded work from Phase 2 of the small vessel replacement programme?
Deputy First Minister.
Well, can I start by agreeing with Stuart McMillan about the ability and the dedication of the workforce, and say that I would be very happy to meet with Alex Logan and Stuart McMillan to discuss these matters. I've spoken with Alex on a number of occasions, and I hugely value his commitment to the workforce and his insights as well. The member Stuart McMillan talked about the equipment and so on, which is why we have agreed and allocated up to £14.2 million over the next 2 years to enhance the yard infrastructure and deliver productivity improvements so that they are in a better place to be able to bid competitively. And we will consider future vessel contracts from public agencies, but the board is developing its commercial strategy, and that targets a range of opportunities and will be spearheaded by the new Chief Executive when they come into post, which we hope is shortly.